Okay, basics. When we do the basic 1 steps, it's to give us a basic understanding and basic skills of the basic blocking, basic striking, basic kicking. However, some people, many students, do things like this with that upper block. Watch. I know that the world of martial arts is confusing. There are many martial arts. Almost every martial art, traditional martial, has an 8-point blocking system. 8 points, meaning what? A high block, low block, a low block, an outside block, an outside block, an inside block, and an inside block. Yes, if you're human and you're doing traditional martial arts, there's an 8-point blocking system of different positions of one coming at you. So, some say, well, what about Kung Fu? What about Karate? You can go there if you want. I'm going to focus on Hansu Hapkido. And then you can decide or choose which is better for you. But just for the sake of arguments, watch. Taekwondo, Karate, Kung Fu. Whether I'm doing this, or this, or that, or this, or this, how much has really changed in my body? Think about that. My hand position? This is one example. Archery. You have the bow, you have the arrow, and you have the tip. There are many bows and many arrows, but basically the principle is exactly the same. Even with the same bow and the same arrow, you have a multitude of tips. So we gotta think much bigger when we think of martial arts. However, for now, we're gonna focus on what happens here and what shouldn't happen here. So, upper block. Many do this, they roll this up this way. And I know it's in many books this way. Many karate books is this way. Not all, but many. And then some do this way. Okay, I get it. That's from the military. You had one instructor at the train. 2, 3, 400 men at the same time. So he's on a podium, so he made big movements. Nah! Ooh! So they did that for exercise, but also to be able to teach many people at one time at a distance. If you go to the older masters that taught most the original ways, from either be it Korea or Okinawa, you will notice some similarities. Stance is one. This came from the Japanese, but karate actually came from the Okinawans. This stance is like this. A lot of Taekwondo is doing this for a long time. Now it's still higher. A lot of the old schools, the Kwon, one of them, back stance was here. You won't find any old photos of the great grandmasters like this, other than they're doing exercises. You see stuff like this. So, we want to use some of the original techniques. So, upper block, we don't roll. Get a partner when you have a chance, have them just put a little pressure on your elbow and your wrists, okay? And just follow you. As you do this, have them put the pressure, not too much, just a little bit, and feel what happens inside your shoulder, your neck, and your back as you're doing this. You'll feel a lot of discomfort. This, in the long run, is also bad for your shoulder in general. So how do we do the upper block? We do the push-up going this way, right? Save my hand. Notice the motion. So when I do the upper block, it's going that way. It's going 45 degrees forward. It ends up 45 degrees up. Okay, I'm going to send it to the stance just for the sake so you can see me a little closer, because I have to work with this camera. So look, that's one. I notice also, see my elbow? Right above my shoulder, not here. Now, see the angle? Now my shoulder cannot take a whole lot of pressure. This way, I'm structurally strong. So notice it's 45 degrees, and notice this is 45 degrees also. So when we're doing the upper block, my elbows are in, not out. They're in, and we're pushing forward that way, right? Here, pushing forward. And also, when we're doing that, we're rotating our shoulders, our waist, hips, and shoulders. Why? I know most people see this, and people are taught, keep the shoulders straight and stiff. Why? Because they learned from somebody else who told them to keep it straight and stiff. Why? Because that person learned from somebody else who told them to keep it stiff. Why? On and on and on, because they got it from the wrong people. That's just the facts. When you're in this position, stiff, have your partner put pressure on your shoulders and keep adding more pressure. See what happens. Then see what happens when you turn this way, how it relieves all the pressure. Because now you have structural integrity all the way down to here. This way, first risk of damage is your shoulder. Second is your neck. Second is your mid-back. Third is your lower back. Simply by doing this, you eliminate all that risk. It's gone. So learn for yourself. Go to this position, square, have somebody push down slowly, gradually increasing more and more pressure, then begin to turn this way, and notice how easy to resist. Okay, so the upper block, we're here, and we're going this way. As opposed to doing this. See the motion? We're not doing that, right? And we're not doing this. Okay? By the way, this way is not wrong, but people have the wrong concepts. The first upper block is the broken line, right? Right from here. And when I do the upper block, shoots forward. Shoot forward. Onto Hapkido, this is yin and yang, meaning what? We do with our hands closed and we do with our hands open. But also, we do as a block and we do as a strike. Yes, right here. I'm a bigger person, I have you in close. You're here, you're tight. Right from here, you shift your body right there. That's the power there. So our blocking, the blocks are strikes and the strikes are blocks. All the yin has yang in it and all the yang has yin in it. So once again, here, pushing forward. Right? Then here, elbows are close to me and pushing forward. Back to here, pushing forward. Here, pushing forward. Okay, so one more point. So remember, 45 degrees. 45, 45, and 45. 3 45s. This angle is 45, this angle is 45, and my shoulders also 45. Take time to get this in your body. Take time just to do that. Just to do that. Slow and smooth. Smooth develops focus and power. And later on, remember, see this? Look at my shoulder. It's subtle. Look at my shoulder. It's my shoulders. And as I move forward, look. See that? It's coming back a little bit. Yes. And then here. And here. And when I'm doing this, my elbows are close to my body. Close. You lift a heavy package, close to your body, you have leverage. When you do this, you start to lose leverage. When you do that, you start to lose even more leverage and balance. So, same thing. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So you practice neutral stance, and then like doing the one step, you practice, right? Now, food, se, ne, ana, food, se, ne, na, food. Se, ne, na, pul, se, ne. So now, this movement, which is taught in the military, Korean Army, that is not actually a wrong movement. It's not the best movement. The higher technique is like this. Right from here, I can and have power instantly. Right from here, instantly. I don't have time to go. That's number one, right? Think about that. But that is a movement. If I'm here and someone's coming down, let's say with a two-handed weapon strong, right? Then from here, look. Yes, but notice it's my waist and hips, and it's on an arc, or part of a circle. So we have the broken line up a block, and we have the continuous line up a block. So you should know the difference between the two, and when you should be using either of them. Easiest is tight one, right from here. My elbow's already in the spot. They're already there. They're already there. I can block. They're already there. I can block. They're already there. I can block. Right? Direct, as opposed to indirect, which is circle. So once again, circle isn't wrong. It's just not right for most people. Circle by itself, the long, wider movement has its place and its time, but those times and places are rare. The shorter and direct, those places are timed, or usually very often. If someone goes for your head really fast, you must be able to, right from here, to block. Right from here, the block. No time to wind up. Also, with this, you don't have to wind up because your power's already going forward. You already have forward. There's a different kind of force, a different kind of power. So you want to learn how to do that fluidly and easily. And also, like I said before, you want to practice closed hand, also open hand. Also open. And by the way, when we do this, that's the wider width, right? It's also this. Here. Just like when you do this. Same thing. See, right there. So you practice both ways. So that is the upper block. Take the time to get this right to your body. Take the time to get all your basics right, because then it's so much easier to teach you. It's so much easier to learn. The other way is a struggle for a long way. So many want to rush ahead They have understanding, I know that. Especially many people who train before. Many people come to me. I'm a 3rd degree in karate. Okay, let me see your karate. Sometimes it's on. A lot of times it's really off. When it's off, it's really difficult to teach them. When they have the right basics, easy. When it's off, very difficult. So people come from karate, taekwondo, come from a lot of different systems. The issue is when they feel they know the basics, I can't teach them the basics anymore. With their minds closed. And what happens eventually, they'll get some benefit, but they never get what they came for. They come and they look at these black belts. They're only 1st degree. Look at that. Wow. How long they train? 3 years, 4 years. You lie. No way. Really? Oh, I want some of that. And they come and they work really hard. They put a lot of effort into it, but they can't get past the ego. They can't get past what they know. The secret of martial arts is emptying your cup. The secret is mushin. Mushin means empty mind, right? When you empty your mind, there's no room for the ego. When you empty the mind's like a cup that's ready to take in all the information. It's going rapidly. So one more point. Energetically. So every technique is not just a physical technique. Yeah, it's a physical technique, and you got to use your mind, but there's an energy. So when you understand this concept, look at the trigrams. You know, you have fire, water, right? You have mountain, you have lake, you have sky. I want you to think right now about sky and mountain, okay? Or should I say clouds and mountain, okay? Like you see behind me. So when you're moving, you should be moving like the cloud. You're finished, you should be like the mountain. When you're moving like the cloud, relax. When you finish, like the mountain. The clouds, yin, the mountain becomes yang. They have to be together to take it to work. If you're too stiff, mountain, there's a lot of systems like that. Everything is stiff. If you're too stiff, you don't have good mobility, flexibility, agility, right? You will be defeated easily. Your stiffness will defeat you. If you're too soft, that's the solid your technique, your softness will defeat you. If you can balance the heart and the soul, the and the yang, the mountain and the clouds, right? Then you have the right energy to build upon, and your martial arts will go deep. Your understanding will go deep, and your skills will go high.